It's crazy!
It's the greatest opportunity we'll ever have. What lies ahead for us, Poole? After years of spying and skulking. A citation from the commissariat, a two-room department in Moscow. I don't want that. Capitalism rubs off. Now I want something. Brandon can lead us to it. Now, are you with me?
Oh, no, Rhodes, I don't know. I don't know. Oh.
We've been together a long time. I'd hate to have to sever that relationship.
Okay.
Fine. We're a team again. Working for ourselves this time. And the target? Bert Brandon.
You remember the name, Bert Brandon. And remember the face, too. The next time you see me, I'll be rich. I'll have my own private plane again. And how about you? How much longer have you got?
2 days. I'll get out at the same time as you, Brandon.
This man, Brandon, he's almost served his time.
Yes, 9 years for espionage.
And throughout that term, he's constantly tried to do a deal with us. He's bombarded me with requests that I see him.
Yes, well, that would have been quite impossible. A minister of the crown bartering with his pie.
Yes, the fact remains that tomorrow he'll be a free man. And if he does have evidence of something that, to quote him, would shake this government to its foundation, then tomorrow he will be free to sell it to the highest bidder. Steve.
Gambit spent the last few days in prison with him. Drugged his coffee. Listened to his every nightmare, but nothing. Not a clue.
And we can't touch him.
No, but we can watch him.
Lost him.
Not completely.
Huh?
Know your subject. Isn't that what they always taught us, Paul? Before they put Brandon away, he made several trips to here, and always along this road. West.
Come
Come in.
It was as we thought. Brandon bought himself a blockade and a car was laid on. He's headed west with Purdy in tow.
Know your subject. Brandon made several trips west.
But always on Route B97. I'm traveling it now. I'll keep in touch.
What's the matter? This road doesn't lead anywhere. 10 miles further on, it's a dead end.
But if Brandon took this road...
Then it was for one purpose only. To pick up this,
Evidence.
or whatever it is. He's got to come back again.
Along this road. And...
We'll be waiting to welcome him.
could be wrong. Well, I mean, even you could be wrong. Look, suppose he just picked up the stuff and took off across country. Suppose he did that.
Why should he? That trick outside the prison? He's confident he thinks he's shaken us.
But you could be wrong.
I could. In that case, we'll run him down when he tries to sell the stuff.
What stuff? We don't even know what we're chasing.
Evidence of somebody's indiscretion. Isn't it always? Aye, aye.
You fool. You've killed him.
Nothing.
Must be in a car, then.
Nothing. Nothing at all. What do we do now? Put it all together again?
It was you who killed him. I could have made him talk.
What now?
Yes, I'm here. Where are you? What happened?
Nothing. Except I seem to have lost them.
Where are you?
On a dead-end road. About 4 miles from point B.
Oh, yes, I can see it on the map.
Brandon could be making a collection.
My thought exactly. Well, you could meet him on the way back.
I'll be in touch.
Right. You'll probably run into Purdy.
I think she's lying low. I say, need any help? Could be a blocked carburetor. What are you doing here, Purdy? You should be trailing Brandon's car.
This was Brandon's car.
What? Purdy! Are you okay?
Bit bruised, that's all.
I'm renowned for my healing hands.
It's a bit late for that gambit.
You didn't put them in a plastic bag.
I thought about it. As my bike cartwheeled and I flew through the air and smashed my head against a tree trunk, I thought about it. And then I forgot.
They may give us a clue to where Brandon went.
Does it matter? They took his car apart and beat us to the punch. I think a little might, sir.
No, look. Demolition experts. They must have followed us here. Now, if they'd found what they were looking for...
Why trail us?
The question is...
Who are they?
So far, we've no idea.
But they know as much as we know.
We must presume so. Unless, of course, Brandon's secret died with him.
No, something as drastic as that, it would be bound to come to light sooner or later.
With due respect, Minister, you talk as though you knew what Brandon had to sell.
Have you got a plan of action, Steve?
Brandon picked up something from a disused old well here. Now, we're almost certain of that. Then he took this road here. He disappeared for over an hour. Now, even if he was doing 60, he couldn't have got further than here.
It's far too big an area to cover.
Ah. Well, these may help to narrow it down. They pick up traces of arable soil. Sand, clay, diolahide.
Diolahide?
The latest thing in crop spraying. They use it for orchards.
You see?
I see cherry orchards, that's all.
They know something we don't know.
Maybe.
So we follow them.
Gambit, what's wrong?
Neverton.
That's right, Neverton. A small village nestling deep in the county of... Gambit?
Hold it. I'm back in a prison cell.
Well, sometimes I think you ought to be.
Back in a prison cell with Brandon. Something he said, something he mentioned. He mentioned Neverton. Said he had a friend that lived nearby. A flyer, a pilot. A crop duster.
Diolahide.
Oh, what was that about, do you think?
I don't know. Neverton. Turner.
Eh?
Frank Turner. He was a friend of Brandon's. He lives right here in this village.
Well, what are we waiting for? They're ahead of us.
Not anymore. I know where Turner lives. They're heading the wrong way.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. I've got 9 ploughshares ready for you, 15 cartwheels, and a dozen village pumps. Oh. Oh. You're not from Genuine Antiques, are you?
No.
Not really. Does that fool you? The village blacksmith turns those out. I dip them in acid to age them. 10 minutes adds 100 years. How fascinating. Well, 10,000 tourists can't be wrong.
No.
It brings them a lot of pleasure and it makes me a little money.
I bet.
How much are these? Oh, £27, these ones.
Mr. Turner. Is he about?
Oh, he's out the back somewhere with the other 2 men.
Do excuse us, will you?
Get in! What? Get in! Quick, get in! Right? Yeah.
Yeah, Bert came to see me yesterday. Well, we used to fly together, back in the old days. So we chewed the fat a bit, talked about old times, spit a bottle together.
That's all.
Yeah, just about.
Mr. Turner, I saw your plane, or one very like it, in the air at about the same time as you and Bert were splitting a bottle.
Oh, yeah, I took him up for a spin, just for old time's sake.
Why didn't he fly himself?
We never used to fly. Oh, he could, but I mean, that was the partnership. He owned it, I flew it.
So you took him up?
Yeah.
And put him down. I saw you coming into land, and you were nowhere near the airstrip.
Oh, yes, the plug oiled up. I had to put it down for a few minutes.
Where?
Well, somewhere over there or over there. I mean, it all looks alike from the air.
After you'd landed, was Brandon out of your sight at any time?
No, but as I said, I was working on the engine. Now, come to think of it, he did stroll off for a few minutes.
But you can't remember where?
No. As I said, it
all looks alike from the air.
Those other 2 men took their car and went off in an awful hurry. Do you know, I got the feeling they weren't nice.
Are you sure you haven't seen them before?
Never.
Were they looking for Bert? One of them mentioned Bert, Brandon. I didn't say he'd been here yesterday because, well, they really didn't seem nice. Not like Bert. Oh, he's a rogue and he leads my husband astray, but I like him. Oh, he makes me laugh. If you haven't met him, you really ought to someday. Get him to tell you the one
Mrs. Turner. Bert Brandon's dead.
Frank?
I know, love.
I'm sorry.
Who's going to tell her?
Shall I, love?
Who, Mrs. Turner?
Well, Bert's daughter, of course. Irene. His daughter.
She disowned him. He never kept in touch with her.
Oh, but he did. Why, yesterday he gave me a package to give to her.
What? What package?
Well, about so big. He asked me to send it to her.
Where is it now?
On its way, I suppose. I did as he asked. I mailed it.
Miss Brandon, you seem to be very experienced at flying.
That was my father.
Bert Brandon?
Yes.
He was crazy about flying. It was also his life. It was his downfall. Or at least the beginning.
I've seen the record.
I have no doubt you have.
He seemed to have started in rather a small way by smuggling over illegal immigrants.
And ended up facing espionage charges.
And now he's dead.
And now he's dead. Mr. Steed, what about me? Am I under suspicion?
Of what?
I don't know. But you've been here nearly an hour, and you haven't actually said anything yet.
You make me sound like a politician.
Possibly. But they can be devious too, can't they?
Can we talk more about your father?
My father.
You were close to one another.
We were close to one another.
He trusted you.
He trusted me. Mr. Steed, look, we've been through all this before. Just what are you doing here? What are you waiting for?
Well, This, it's addressed to you, from your father. Well?
Well?
What's it mean?
So you've no idea?
None at all. Nor if she's to be believed as his daughter. The lab have examined every inch of the wrapping paper, even under the stamps, nothing. So the book must be the vital factor.
It's the tale of the Big Why.
It's a dastardly plot.
What?
The book, I've read it twice. And apart from a rather explicit description of Bessie's mating habits, Bessie's the owner of the Golden Wheel Saloon. She's a woman of startling proportions.
A code, do you think?
If it is, we don't have the key.
Or the evidence, whatever that is.
If it ever existed.
Oh, it exists, all right. I'm sure of that. Brandon hid it in a disused well. He retrieved it, he went off into the wide blue yonder and hid it again.
The question is where?
Somewhere in this area.
Very helpful. A 100 square mile puzzle.
And the answer is in this book. Somewhere.
He's read that chapter twice already.
Bessie's mating habits.
Very badly written.
And anatomically impossible.
Oh, I don't know. Certainly works you up to a good appetite. Time for dinner, isn't it, Purdy? Steed?
The answer's in the book. And my taste buds won't be rejuvenated until I found it. Bon appetit.
What's he saying now?
What's he saying now?
Bonu?
Bon appetit. Before that, the answer lies in the book.
A book?
Yeah.
We'll wait until it gets dark.
What's their next move, Purdy? The Breakers men, I mean.
I'm famished.
They got nothing out of Turner.
Where are we going?
Mind you, he had nothing to give. It wasn't until afterwards he knew his wife had posted the package.
Italian would be nice.
They followed me back once to my place.
Milanese. Yes.
They might be with us now. No, nothing.
Gambit.
So where would they go?
Gambit.
Yes?
Food. I need food now. This isn't quite what I meant. Is this one of your favorite restaurants?
They could conceivably be at Steed's Nard.
I suppose bring all your girlfriends here.
They would have seen us leave.
Did he book?
No, he's just lucky. Therefore, they must know that Steed's alone. Purdy?
Excuse me, I've been noticed.
We're leaving.
Oh, too dressy am I? Or is it because you forgot your dinner jacket?
They're on to Steed.
I've come to borrow your book. Come on, give it to me. Hand it over.
Gambit. It's a Nash handle, circa 1800.
Sorry.
They took the book.
They took the book!
But it doesn't matter. I think I've got one somewhere.
Got what? Steed, are you all right?
You should see a phrenologist.
Of course I'm all right.
He needs a phrenologist like he needs a hole in the head.
Oh! This is a standard aviator's map.
The type that Brandon would use. The tail of the big Y from the air. The tail of the Y. T-A-I-L.
From the air.
Ah.
A river, a road. They sometimes look like a Y from the air.
But there isn't one. And I was so sure.
Wait a minute. This is a map of the county of Surrey. S-U-R-R-E-Y. The tail of the big Y.
Steed.
All right, Mr. Steed. Throw it to me.
tale of the Big Y. We both worked it out at the same time. Pity.
What a beautiful day.
Thrown away the golden brolly.
Positive thinking, Gambit. Think positively. Every breath is a guinea in the bank of health.
Have you seen my overdraft?
Think of the exercise you're getting. Look at those rolling views. Clean, clear air.
I'm thinking of my feet.
What fantastic luck.
You've seen a car?
Better than that.
A mixed sauna with a licensed bar.
The blue periwinkle.
Blue what?
I never knew it grew in that kind of soil. Think of your soul, Gambit. Think of your soul.
Yeah.
You're not going to scream or anything, are you? In fact, you're not going to do anything at all, are you?
This is it. This is it.
You know what I'm going to do when we get back? First thing.
Log the discovery of the periwinkle.
Find a mixed sauna with a licensed bar.
Birdie, it's your lucky day. I'm not nice to be near at the moment. I thought she was going to mend that.
So did I.
Birdie? Hello?
You've got something I want. And I've got something you surely want. You want safe and sound.
It can be arranged.
Now, just a minute.
I do the talking.
I'll fix the place, the time, the meeting, the exchange. Now listen carefully.
They're not going to like it. Worse, they're not going to believe it. Look, I know you're not going to believe this, but the box was empty when we dug it up. Even I don't believe it. They'll kill Purdy.
Over my dead body.
That is extremely likely too, Steve, when they find out the box was empty.
But it wasn't. This was in it, wasn't it? Next ride, isn't it?
That's far enough.
The one with the pump gun is yours.
Thanks.
Here's our part of the bargain. Now let's see yours. Toss it over.
If you wish, but it's very fragile. Of course, if you don't mind it being broken...
No!
Why don't I put it on neutral ground? You walk Purdy over, you pick it up, and then you let her walk on. How's that?
All right.
Back to where you were. Come on.
I'm not a frog.
Now we're three.
That's far enough.
Any minute now.
Purdy!
Now that's what I call an audience.
I think this calls for a bottle of champagne.
And a change of clothes.
I'll second that.
Steed,
Hello, Harmer.
your housekeeper left me and I said you wouldn't mind.
My housekeeper? I haven't seen her for weeks.
What is all this jocularity and champagne?
That reminds me.
Yes.
Purdy, Mike Gambit, George Harmer.
How'd you do?
How do you do? I would have thought a little more diligence directed towards the job in hand would be rather more appropriate.
George, old sport, we have just diligently put away 2 killers.
Oh.
I'll get some champagne.
Not for me, thank you.
George, won't you sit down?
Oh, thank you.
Aren't you a little far from home? Can the ministry function without you?
It was the minister himself who sent me. He's not at all satisfied with the way this thing is going, and frankly, neither am I.
Oh, I know. We found out where Brandon hid his box.
You have?
Unfortunately, the cupboard was bare. Someone forestalled us. Someone got there first.
So, you're back where you started.
Not quite. We think we know who forestalled us, don't we?
We do.
We think it's an old friend of Brandon's, someone who chatted over old times, got him drunk, and when he was drunk, he didn't notice the contents of the boxes had been switched.
Yes, but who?
Purdy and Gambit are going to pick him up right now, aren't you?
Frank, what do you mean you're going away?
Just for a while.
But why?
Safer to negotiate at a distance.
Negotiate what at a distance? Frank, will you please just tell me what is going on? I want to...
Don't worry. I'll send for you.
What on earth are you doing?
This is going to make us rich.
But you're not going to do that corny old run of putting the car in its path.
No, not that corny old one. This corny old one.
That's not corny. That's downright dangerous.
You really should relax, Harmer, relax. Sit down, take your coat off. Enjoy a nice cooling glass of wine. I can assure you the fact that you've taken your jacket off shall remain on the secret list.
They're taking their time.
Some things take time. Come along now, park your official posterior and stop wearing a hole in the carpet. How about a hand of solo? Solo, £3. Reserve Air, £5. Royal Abundance, £7.
You need 4 for solar.
I know. I'm more or less a novice myself. Cut the deal.
They're not going to like this.
You got it. You found it.
We have, but to quote my friend, you're not going to like this.
You found it.
Yeah. And this is what all the fuss was about. 8 rather pedestrian views of Vienna.
Vienna?
Vienna.
Yes, they were taken to about 200 per second at f8, I should say. And they're not even in colour.
It just doesn't make sense. A man dead, total chaos for these. Just doesn't add up.
You're quite right, they are. Best views of Vienna. Steed. Brandon was bluffing. He was always bluffing.
Hmm.
Oh, well, there was never any need to worry then. I can tell the minister there was nothing to it. We can close the file.
I'm a great believer in fine detail. Ah, there's a great deal of fine detail in the background of this photograph. Now, it's a pleasant cafe scene, but in the background is that Commissar Vaslavsky, Paymaster General, and he is handing over money. And to whom? To our old friend Harmer. The ministry are going to be very disappointed in this, Harmer.
Only you 3 know. And you 3 are now dead.
Gambit, you're the nearest. Disarm him, will you? What I asked myself was a ministry undersecretary doing with a loaded gun. He might hurt himself, I thought. So, for his own safety.
I wish you two would tell me when you're going to practice this telepathy.
Telepathy?
When you went in, you knew the gun wasn't loaded.
No, I trust Steed.
In that case, how about a hand of poker?
In everything but cards.